Three, two, one. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Endo Miller, and today on Talk and Talk, we're going to talk about people, the best resource that can any environment can have. And for this reason, we need to talk about it. So, Juliana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Juliana, but my friends call me Julie. I'm living in Belo Horizonte, and I was born. I'm a lawyer and specific in data protection, and I'm a journalist too.
Awesome. You're welcome, Juliana. Thanks a lot. Herbert, your turn.
Okay. I'm Herbert. I'm 27 years old. I live in São Paulo, capital. And I'm working in a consultant company in financial department.
Perfect. You're welcome as well. Reinaldo, please.
I'm 44 years old. I'm married. I have a son who is 12 years old. I have two cats. I have lived in Teresina for 30 years. I'm an infrastructure architect with the 60 years in cloud. I worked for Luisa Labs. Do you know Luisa Labs? Luisa Labs is a library research new technology products, economic group Magalu.
So, very good.
That's it.
Okay, so be welcome to this conversation. Guys, I solved the problem here. I needed to split in two parts the question because, they are so long. So, yeah. So, guys, let's start with an open question. That is, what do you think about this topic? What your insights about the human being, the best resources that any business company can have? What's your point? Juliana, the stage is yours. You can start.
I think this topic is important to talk about to talk about war relationship in the company and the needs to look at the people and not for just the oldest resource.
Perfect. Yeah, I totally agree. Herbert, what's your point?
The first question, yes?
Yeah, I created the question, what do you think about this topic, about this, human beings, the best resources in business environment?
Is very important, the people managing on a company, because we to get results on your company, like since the production of products or create the software generates profits, it depends on the people. The people are working for the company, so the relation of the people is very important. People have different skills and understand what department is best for each person, and the managing of the people the company is crucial, because if you have a good environment, like not necessarily say this like a fun, descontraído environment that people talk about, but a good environment that's the people are collaborating with each other, you can produce well, because people are help each other, not conflict each other. So this very, very important on a company.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thanks a lot, Herbert. And Reinaldo, what's your opinion about this? Oh, now he's gonna only listen. Okay. So guys, I totally agree with you, because it's not only about the human resource, but if you have a very friendly environment, we have more healthy for the workers, mental health, especially because it's very important nowadays. Friendly, friendly environment where the workers can develop their skills in a very good mood, because any person, has any different skills. So we need a environment where you can see the people more than a human that can produce money, but also because, grow together with the group. So I totally agree. I'm totally in line with you. Let's jump to the question number 3. That will be, how can business ensure that they are creating a positive work environment? How can evaluate this? Juliana, what do you think?
I think it's important to respect the way the people to produce, and it's important to 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 create a friendly space people to express things really out. I think the way like
Awesome. Yeah, I think that the company to be open to listen to the workers, like listen, carefully, in order to, to not only listen, but also to do something, to act something, and to change. Okay, perfect. Very good. Herbert, how about you?
About environment, I think this is not easy to do, because it's a lot of people, and I think to have a good environment, uh, respectful, I think, like one each people that are working,
Okay,
like each person is different, since the age, the characteristics. So the respectful is very important in a company, and think not to passar a, you need to try to help to generate value in spite of to generate problems,
okay.
to try to passar a perna. An example, don't know, it's very complicated, this
Okay,
situation.
so I'll link something to your answer. That is, the question number 6, is kind of more interesting, because how can business effectively balance the needs of their employees with the needs of of their bottom line. Like, you know, the company needs to produce results, but at the same moment they need to, you know, to see the workers and be careful, you know, to provide this good environment, friendly and, you know, good environment. So what is the bottom line in your opinion? Because I'm imagining we as employees and we as bosses, you know, it is different because you need to sometimes to do something that can be tough, and that's the bottom line. What do you think, Herbert, about this?
What does mean bottom line?
Bottom line is the boundary,
Ah, okay, the limit.
the limits.
I think the
It's a
bottom
hard
line,
question.
yes, hard question. Because we need, because complicated, very complicated, especially in Brazil. Like for example, the salary. For example, the employee wants more money, but
Yeah.
they think the employees sometimes gains too not much money, but the employer, the boss, pays a lot of money too, because the employee, for example, receive a X reais, but the employer pays two X tracks, guys,
Okay.
a lot of tax to balance. For example, in this state, to balance this, it's complicated. They want to get money, and the employee thinks they pays a lot. It's complicated as this situation, but I think to conciliate this situation is the if the employee are have a good performance, better
Mhm.
generate results in the money, time, clients, I don't know. In this case, the employer will pay related with the performance of the employee. So this is a situation that's you can try to conciliate the bottom line. It's complicated,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Juliana, and how, what do you think about this point?
Oh, sorry, what the question?
Is the question number 6. How can the business effectively balance the needs of their employee and the needs of their bottom line? Like, you know, the limits between you provide a good environment and at same moment, you know, the company wants to gain more, make more money. This balance, what do you think about this balance? How can we do it better?
I think it's a do better, have limits to the employees to relax enough, because you work too much, and you can be, how do you say, the burnout, to
Okay.
work
Okay.
too much, and you can be more creative, to, to, to give more results if you exhausted, if you can uh, think more and be more creative. I
Okay.
think it's important to be a balance, give the resource to employees to be more motivated and be more creative. When you relax, your results it's better.
Oh, awesome. I totally agree. You can deliver more either way. Very good. Yeah, I think about as I was thinking here, and I think sometimes we need to think as employees and you need to think of as bosses. Like we need to know how hard, is to make run a company. It's hard, because you have some money and you have to think about all the employees and all the company, if you get results or not, and so on. So this is something that sometimes we as employees, we are not fair, and the bosses, they are not fair as well when they want to gain a lot of money, but they do not get value the employees, so it's not fair as well. So we need to get this balance. Like I'm talking about, for example, TALK. No, I know Phil, and I know all this hosts here, hosts and hostess, and I know that's not easy. It's not easy to run this thing here. So sometimes I think, oh my God, this is really hard. And I understand all the things, but it's something that I'm only see because now I really know Phil, so I can feel him like, oh, this is not easy, man. I know that's hard, but that's that's the business world, very, very hard and tough sometimes. So I will ask this more personal question, that is, do you think your environment, the environment where you work at, it get you value that you desire, Juliana?
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
Yeah, the work that you work, your job, okay, the environment that you work at. Do you think the company that you work, they are pay attention on you enough and like, delivering this good environment and so on? Do you feel happy working at your company? Thinking about this, the value of the company.
Okay. At the moment, I'm not inside the company,
Okay.
but I'm working for myself, and in these areas, both areas, journalism and law, it's a competitive areas,
Yeah.
and you need to work too much, but you need to relax, because the needs more creativity to to have a good result, and they sort good solutions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. Herbert, how about you? The company where you work at, you like, they get value you enough that you desire?
As the company that I work is a collaborative in general. The people helps each other, so that's a good point at work. My department, the others departments. So in general, the people helps each other. The boss, it's kind of difficult persons. So that's a point that's everybody that's works on that on the company needs to be careful because he's the boss. Is he, how can I say, he mandar.
I don't know. I don't remember.
There's
Mandar.
like
I think he
he
leads.
he leads the company. So if we Spiral is difficult person, he is the boss. So that's a point that the people that were then needs to deal with this situation.
Okay, okay. Nice. Yeah, sometimes I think, you know, when we have a very good environment with diversity, we learn more about this kind of, interpersonal skills. Because sometimes, you will stay in contact with people that can be hard, and you need to, to do some things, try to escape and maintain your stability in terms of, humor. So this is something that very interesting, but thanks a lot for sharing with us. Um, Let me see here. Oh my God, this question is so long, but there's some. Oh, this is nice. This question is nice. Question number 9. What are some of the challenges that businesses may face when attempting to attract and retain top talents? Question number 9, how can the company what they can do to retain talents? Like, because nowadays we have a lot of people that they have a lot of different skills, and they can, oh my God, if I'm not comfortable here in this company, I can just change the company, bye bye. The company, need to fight for that, that worker, that employee, for that employee. So what do you think, Juliana? What can the companies do?
I do think the managers needs to talk with this talent, and they ask for he or she what you're motivating here, what you're motivate in your life. Because for me, my motivate probably it's different yours. Maybe
Awesome.
salary, maybe more time, maybe working in home office, maybe the, the opportunity to travel for other space, the company in the other places. And I don't know. I think it's important to talk with the talent. What do you want to live in this company and you don't live now?
Good. Very, very good. Very good answer. Thanks a lot, Juliana. I totally agree with you, because sometimes I think the company lost this, this skill. Like, you are, for example, you have your background, then can add a lot of things to the company. But if the company do not perceive that your skills, your background, do not respect your background, they will just, lose your talent. Very good. Herbert, how about you? What do you think?
I think to retain these talents, that's the the people that are performing well, it's important to you need to know if the person is performing, because sometimes you don't know the person that are performing. So to
Right.
understand the feedback, like for example, I'm the boss and I try to I have a, for example, developer, but I
Okay.
don't know what's the performance. So I need to know. I try to ask for someone the performance of the this person. Of course, you don't know
Mhm.
the performance of everybody, but this you need to collect information. Collect feedback, the
Okay.
evaluation to know, if is the person is performing very well. Try to maintain this person here. If it like the person wants to are not motivating or wants to go to another company, try to convert to talk. Oh, what we can do, you should do should stay here. You can more salary, more the subir de car, for example. So, because talents is very important, and some lot of companies don't uh, retain try don't get value the talents, and they lose and lost talents, and the results is going down. It happens a lot. Not necessarily
Yeah.
profit, but performance. Like the the projects are started to be late, so there are a lot of kind of this situation.
Okay. Thanks a lot. I will change the question, okay? Because this last question is like, how can the company do to retain the talent? But if they have people that is resources and they can stimulate, the talent, like, do you consider yourself a talent? Angeliana, do you consider yourself a talent? So and so on. So the first question is, do you consider yourself a talent? First question. The second one, how can the company do to retain you? What do you consider a good environment? Oh my God, this kind of environment really dry my eyes. Two questions. Okay, Juliana, you can start.
The first question, if I consider my
Do you consider yourself a talent?
yes, of course, and because I'm considering my talents, but I needed to know if the company needs my talents, my skills at the moment, and sure. And the second question,
The second question, how can the company attract to you, like environment that really bright your eyes, like, oh my God, this is awesome. I would like to work, for them.
okay. Uh, for me, it's salary, it's important, but it's not salary, just salary. I think the if I have to 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 carry myself, and to for me carry my health, I need to go to the park. If I work in the home office, it's good for me because I can walking in my neighborhood, and inside the park near my house. And I like to put money in my neighborhood. It's a good for me. Spend my money inside my neighborhood. When I ask for food, for example,
Okay.
I'm prefer to pay in the restaurants in my neighborhood.
To support your neighborhood's business. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Thanks a lot, Julian. Very nice. How about you, Ebert?
I think
The first one, do you consider
uh,
yourself a
so.
talent? And
Yeah, I
that's the
think
second
so.
about the company.
About the company, I think to motivations, many factors. You can motivation of the money, the seller, and benefits, of course. But uh, the challenge, like you are stagnated, you don't have you're not learning. So challenge, I think, is important too.
Mhm.
Is you can motivate it. And about the environment that I said, that if you have a bad environment, like a lot of difficult, it's a difficult place to work,
Mhm.
you lost motivation. So if the environment not it's okay, you can do
Mhm.
more. You have more confidence to more motivation to work on that company.
Mhm. Very good. And what are, the environment that really bright your eyes, like, instigate you, like, oh, wow, awesome. Wow, I would like to work for the alien and so on. The characteristics of this environment.
Like the culture of the company.
Okay. I asked that this question. I created this question actually because the question number 7 is so interesting. What are the potential risks of failing to recognize the value of employees? What do you think, Evans, about the question number 7?
Uh, Let me
Is
see.
is more or less the opposite that we were discussing here.
Uh, like mm, you if you don't recognize the value of the people, in the case that the people are perform well, you can demotivate of course the person. He will uh he will start to not not to spend the I don't entregar for the projects with no quality, with late,
Yeah.
and is an example, and he will probably will change the job, looking for another job, and because of the lack of recognizing the value of this person.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I was thinking here, I'm trying to remember a word, but Juliana, can you answer this question number 7? Check here. The question, what are the potential risks of failing to recognize the value of employees?
Yeah, but I mean, read the question and I thought about the question. I think how to can business mitigate this? I don't know if I understand the question, but I think the employee needs to the close values the company. If you don't have it, it's completely to come to uh, to arrive the company.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's complete. It's complex. Uh, but if we inside the company, probably the employee it's no it stays for a long time.
yeah. I was thinking here about what Herbert says, this motivation. Have you heard about the uh, quiet quitting? Have you heard about that? Quiet
Yes,
quitting. It's totally about that, this motivation of the people. The people start to, the workers start to delivery, work with, bad quality, and they do not deliver on time and so on, like, losing energy. So this is really interesting. It's a phenomenon, that has happening in whole world. So this is really a problem. And I was thinking also about the opposite of this question, like what the potential risks of recognize the values of the employees. Because imagine that you are a very good, employees, and I start to recognize your value, like, oh my God, your skills. And I try to support your skills, to develop your skills. And then you grow so much. Then you see, oh my God, I think I will, open my own company. And I will challenge you, like the competition with your company, like because and we have a lot of these examples. Do you know some of them, like the people that was working at some company, so they quitting, and then they open their own company. So this is, with all the secrets that they had in the last company, like, they learn a lot, and so I will do something different. This is funny, guys. We have 7 minutes. Let me see here. A short question. Okay, this question number 5. It could be interesting. Why are diversity and inclusion important in the workplace? Hebish.
I think the versus inclusion are important because every person is different. Is since the physical, the culture, and the country, the city, I think that he was born, and you can learn from different. You can have different ideas. You can learn a lot from different type of people,
So,
and the creativity are in this case stimulate the creativity because you have a lot of different ideas, know to deal different type of people. So think it's very important that diverse
Okay.
support, but the inclusion, you need to be inclusion in a company.
Yeah. Yeah, because the company needs to develop, like to grow. And the consumers are, diverse actually. So, the work needs to see, look forward, like, try to include everyone that can be a potential consumer. And, I think they only can do that because, the people that have working on the company can think at the same, on the same line, like, they include like the diverse, the difficult that they consumers can have and so on. Thanks a lot, Herbert. And Juliana, your turn.
I think it's important to, because the company it's formed for people doing things for other people. And when you need to improve your products, you need to more creative, more competitive, and you have this if the your team it's different, it's diverse.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I totally agree. Guys, we don't have time enough to run more questions, but thanks a lot, for attending this meeting. I hope to see you in the next. Here, I'm trying to, always do the same. Like we can start from some of this question, but then, we can develop a very good conversation, more not natural, okay? More normal. I will ask, I will create questions, and I will, try to talk different topics, and try to include. So thanks a lot and be welcome to, because I know that's your first time on my meeting. Guys, I will share with you the forms. Help me to improve this conversation, say some topic that you would like to discuss here and so on, if you like it or dislike something, and be open, to answer what you want here in this form. Okay. So bye-bye. Have a nice week. Nice carnival. Now, the year will begin real for real.
Yeah.
And that's it. Bye-bye, guys.